1969 Dodge Charger R/T Hemi 426. The roar of the 1969 Dodge Charger R/T Hemi 426 wasn't just sound, it was a warning to everything else on the road. When you turned the key, that massive 426 Hemi didn't simply start, it awakened like a creature that had been waiting to be unleashed. The whole car vibrated with raw mechanical fury, a deep thunder that settled into your chest and made it clear you were controlling something powerful, something unforgiving. Driving the Charger felt like gripping the reins of a wild beast. The long hood stretched out like the nose of a missile, the wide stance hugged the asphalt, and every press of the throttle sent a surge of torque that tried to pull the world backwards. The R/T package made the car even more aggressive: heavy-duty suspension, performance gearing, and a personality that refused to be gentle. Out on the highway, the Charger didn't glide, it stalked. The wind cut around its Coke bottle body as if it knew better than to resist. At mid-range RPM, the Hemi roared with a violent smoothness, like controlled chaos held together by steel and adrenaline. You could feel every explosion inside the cylinders, every shift slamming with authority, every second reminding you that this machine was built for dominance. In drag races, competitors could hear the Charger before they saw it, and by the time it launched forward, rear tires screeching, nose lifting slightly, they knew they were already losing ground. Inside, it wasn't a luxury car. It was functional, focused, a cockpit designed for a driver who understood speed. The moment you wrapped your hands around the wheel, the world outside felt smaller and the road felt like it belonged to you. The Charger R/T Hemi 426 didn't care about refinement. It cared about power, presence, and the thrill of pushing limits. Even today, decades later, its silhouette commands respect. It represents an era when cars were loud, unapologetic, and brutally honest about what they were built to do. This wasn't just a muscle car, it was the definition of American horsepower, a legend born from steel, fire, and the unmistakable heartbeat of the Hemi. The 1969 Plymouth Barracuda Formula S 383 was the kind of car that didn't rely on loud bragging or exaggerated styling to prove itself. Its power came from balance, precision, and a confidence that most muscle cars of its era never achieved. Under its modest skin sat a 383 cubic inch V8 that didn't just produce power, it delivered it with a smooth, relentless surge that felt perfectly in sync with the lightweight body wrapped around it. When the engine came alive, it produced a deep, clean growl that hinted at the strength waiting just beneath your right foot. But the real magic of the Formula S package wasn't just in horsepower, it was in control. Plymouth engineered this machine with upgraded suspension, heavy-duty shocks, and a firm front sway bar that allowed the car to grip corners with a sharpness people didn't expect from a late 60s muscle car. While others struggled to keep their rear ends from sliding at every turn, the Barracuda stayed planted, focused, and steady. The steering felt connected, almost intuitive, as if the car reacted to your thoughts rather than your hands. On a winding road, the Barracuda came alive. You'd feel the chassis tighten, the tires bite into the pavement, and the 383 pull the car out of each corner with effortless torque. There was no drama, no unpredictability, just pure mechanical harmony. It felt like a machine built by people who understood that speed wasn't only about straight lines, it was about control, rhythm, and the smooth flow of motion. Even on the open highway, the Formula S cruised with a confidence that made long drives feel natural. The ride was firm but never punishing, and the car carried itself with a quiet strength, as if it knew it could outrun most things but didn't need to prove it every second. Today, the 1969 Barracuda Formula S 383 is celebrated as a hidden gem, a car that combined muscle power with sports car handling in a way few competitors could match. It stands as a reminder that sometimes the strongest machines aren't the loudest, they're the ones that feel perfectly balanced, perfectly built, and unforgettable from the moment you take the wheel.